Micah.
For the quiz, it says which language arts period are you in? Period 2 or period 6?
Oh, well,
that's for social studies.
Just pick 2. I made a mistake. I was thinking social studies. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Thank you, Micah. See, Micah, I told you, you need to be my, you need to help me out. I'm going to send you all of my classwork ahead of time so you can proofread it for me. You're very good at that. And I'm kidding about that, but I really wish I could. You and Mandy, I got to hire you guys. About 2 more minutes, guys. If you're coming in late, we're just taking that 5-question quiz. It's formative. It doesn't count against you. That's what you'll be doing every day at this time. And you've got about 2.5 minutes left. It is just so that I can make sure that you're understanding it. And if you, let's say you get several wrong in a row, a few days, I will just check in with you to see if you're understanding the quiz or the book, excuse me. Luke?
Never mind.
Aiden?
I do not understand some of the questions. I mean, I read the story. I read it along. I read it with my own eyes as well. But some of these questions I do not understand. Okay. I mean, I understand, but I don't remember the exact.
Okay, do the best you can, okay? And that's what I mean. I want to check in with you if I can, if Aiden, if for several days in a row that's going on, I'm going to meet with you and see what's going on, okay? So do the best you guys can. You've got about a minute. Oh, Olivia?
What is aura in 4? I don't know what that means.
So, pretty much if there's something you don't understand, it's probably not from the book then. You can, I mean, that's a way to decide on a multiple choice. If it's something you've never heard of, it's probably not going to be the correct answer. I mean, so is that the one when it says what does she not like about her new house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will tell you what that is in a minute, but for right now, look at the choices and see if one looks correct. And then if you think that that's the correct one, and we'll go over the answers in a minute, okay? I'm just trying to teach you a strategy. Okay, guys, go ahead and wrap it up. Submit your answers. And I'll go ahead and go over that with you quickly, and then we're going to move on. So please make sure your test is submitted. Actually, I'm going to go over this with you later because when we read Walk to Moons, that way in case someone's still taking it. Okay, guys, I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. And here we go. All right, so today we are October 6th. We're under the week of October 5th through October 9th. And we're going to scroll up. As you can see, I've made an entire category because I feel like it might get confusing if I post all of your essay items in different weeks. So let me know if this helps to do it this way. Let me see. So today you guys are going to start a new assignment, and it's an essay on the Cro-Magnon. So like I told you yesterday, we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, which is just another way to say we're doing 2 things at the same time. So you will learn about the Cro-Magnon through writing an essay. The essay is required for all 6th graders in our district, and we chose the topic Cro-Magnon just because you can, instead of doing an additional page on your project and an essay, we're going to just write the essay. So let's go ahead and start on the Cro-Magnon essay instructions. Okay, so I will open up mine and you can just look at my page, but just know that these instructions are here. Okay. And I would like, let's see, can I get some volunteers, please, to read so you don't have to just listen to my voice? Anyone want to read? All right, you guys are choosing to hear me. Cro-Magnon research paper information. Get rid of this then. It is now time for you to write a research paper. You can research additional information that was not in the Cro-Magnon article. And for you, you guys definitely need to do some additional research besides the stuff I provided for you. Your task: research topics about the human group Cro-Magnon. Use the article given to you in class and the PowerPoint, which has actually been turned into slides as seen in class. Keep track of the internet sites that you get information from for your, it says bibliography, but we usually call it works cited page now because bibliography is about books. Most of the time we're on the internet now. Using the following 3 subtopics for your research paper. So here is what you are going to research: the shelter of the Cro-Magnon, their weapons and tools, and their achievements, which there are many, many, many achievements. Using your information, fill out your graphic organizer, which I will provide to you. Once your organizer is complete, you will use it to guide you in writing your paper. Your paper will include the following. So you've all written this a standard 5-paragraph essay in the past. I'm hoping. So of course you're going to have your introduction paragraph. Something that might be new to you is a thesis statement. Your first paragraph will include the thesis statement. Then you will have body paragraph 1, 2, and 3, which of course will be shelter, weapons and tools and achievements. And finally, you will have your conclusion. And I will absolutely teach you the process every single step of the way. So if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't understand what's happening right now, that's okay. I'm just giving you a very big overview, and we're going to break it down into tiny little chunks for you, okay? So each step will be modeled in class. Where did that go? Right here. In class. And you will have time to write the paper in our class or in your time from 1:53 to 3:15. If you do not finish in class, you must complete it during your independent work time. While writing your rough draft, make sure to follow the rubric that will be provided to you. And be sure to use the self-edit and peer edit form before you write your final draft. So that is a very big overview. I'm going to stop sharing this right now, and I'm going to check in real quick. What questions do you have? Well, let me tell you, you're not going to need 4 weeks, but you have until I actually have to read these. So we're going to do it in chunks this year. So like the first paragraph, your introduction will be due first, and then your body paragraph number 1 will be due, and so on. So I'm breaking it into really tiny chunks for you. So you'll have plenty of time to do this, I promise you. Andrew.
So I was wondering, does this count as social studies or language arts?
That's a great question. So the content, so the information that you provide will count for social studies. And then the writing process will count for language arts. So it's going to be both. That's a great question. Allie.
It said peer edit. Does that mean that we're going to have like another student in the class edit our thing and like read it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's super helpful because I don't know about you guys, but have you ever repeated a word or you just made a mistake and no matter how many times you've read it, you don't see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird how that can happen. But then as soon as you hand it to someone else, they can see it right away. So it's really, really helpful. So yes, and you guys can choose. I'm not going to choose the groups for you, but you can have someone in the class peer edit it for you. Any other questions? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we need to find our information, but I wanted to share something important with you because I know this class and you're going to do your independent research probably before we go over it. So let's go ahead and I want to share with you how to get information that is accurate because there are so many sites out there that are just created by people who don't necessarily know all of the information or they provide false information. And I don't want you to get stuck using somebody's site who doesn't know what they're talking about. So I'm going to show you how to use to use a filter that's really important. So I'm going to share my screen again. Please tell me if you don't see the screen that I'm sharing with you. Okay, let's see. So when you're going to your search engine, I'm going to choose Google because I feel like that's probably what most of you guys use. So when you go to Google, you cannot simply put in Cro-Magnon. You will get sites, whoops. You will get sites for sure that are not going to be accurate. So if you look here, okay, Wikipedia, for example, I don't know if you guys know this, but anyone can go in there and that knows information about it and change the information or add to it. And sometimes that information is not correct. So do not use Wikipedia. Some sites that do not end in .edu are going to be fine. Britannica is fine. The British Museum, that's a great resource. But I would like you to check with me first because some of the sites that end in .com, or most of them, I don't want you using, okay? Live Science, I have no idea if that's okay or not. I would not use that. Science Daily, it sounds good because it has the word science in it. I wouldn't trust that site. There's all kinds of sites I would say let's not use. So a way you can do that is you go over to, I think it's setting. Yes, okay. So when you're going to Google, you'll see that you have settings right here. Okay, and I will write these directions out for you again, but just so you know, there's a bar that says settings. You click that and go to advanced search. And then you're going to type, what are you searching for? You are searching for the Cro-Magnon, okay? You want that. Then down here, you are going to look at the site or domain. So there's only two things you need to click. This top one, Cro-Magnon. When you scroll down, you will look at the site or the domain and you are going to choose .edu and then advanced search. Then notice every single thing that you search for right here, everything you search for, .edu, .edu, .edu. So you do need to share with me the sites that you use, and they do need to be from a .edu site unless you've asked me if this site is safe. So like the Smithsonian, Britannica, and the British Museum, those are a few that my students used last year that were accurate. Those are okay, but mostly I would like you to use .edu sites, please. Let's go ahead and take questions about that because I want to make sure you understand how to use that. Okay, Olivia?
So I have construction going on in my house. So is this lesson being recorded?
It is being recorded, yes.
Because I can't hear anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, it's being recorded, and I'll have them posted by the time you need them. So I don't know if that's going to be, well, when are they leaving?
I have no idea.
Okay, sorry, but yeah, it's being recorded. So it'll be there after school for sure. Okay, Micah?
Is it okay if I use the website Kiddo Encyclopedia? I've used it before, and it's a pretty good website.
I would say no. I'm not familiar with that one. I would really like you guys to stick with, for the most part,
Okay.
.edu. But why don't you guys, we'll compile a living page so that you guys can all go on there, ask, and I will say yes or no to those. Okay, so it'll be just a document that all of us can use at the same time. Okay. All right. Any other questions on how to do that? That's a really nice thing to have because that way you don't have to open every site and check it out. Lydia?
I have just a different question. So you said like you can open up like a Google Doc or something like that, or like something, and then we can all edit it and ask if this site's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't we just use Padlet?
Padlet gets kind of messy. I would rather keep it on the Cro-Magnon page where you,
Okay.
yeah, because it gets kind of messy. And my other class is also on there. I would rather you guys each have your own page that we're doing. So yeah, thank you. Okay, Adam?
I got kicked off for a little bit, so I don't know what we're doing.
Okay, well, the lesson's being recorded and you can see it. It'll be posted by the time class is over. So by 1:53, it'll be on YouTube, okay? Okay, so
Okay.
let's see. All right, guys. So what I'm going to have you guys do now is you're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you one more thing that we're going to start today. So go ahead and open up your own language arts and go to Cro-Magnon essay. And you're going to open up the article and the notes. You are all experts at this now. You've done this so many times. You are going to start to answer these questions down here. Hold on. This information's already wrong. Oof. We lived longer than 35,000 years ago. Okay, let me get that information for you. So don't write that down yet, but I want you to scroll down to here, and you're going to start putting in the information here, okay? Now, these are your notes. They do not need to be complete sentences. In fact, don't make them complete sentences because you must absolutely put this into your own words. And when you start using complete sentences for your essay, it's really, really hard for you to change them into your own words later. So please don't use complete sentences. In fact, you are not allowed to use complete sentences here, okay? So I'll give you one fact right now. I know that the human brain size is about 1350 cc's. So that's what you would put. Do not say Cro-Magnon's brain size is or was, okay? Now, we did not go extinct, obviously. We are the Cro-Magnon. So why does it say that I want you guys to think about this right here. What does this even mean? This is true. 10,000 years ago, the Cro-Magnon, I can't say they became extinct because they didn't. The Cro-Magnon were no longer Cro-Magnon. The Homo sapiens were no longer Homo sapiens. We were something else. And I want to share that with you so that you write it down and understand it. Something huge happened, something really, really, really big. So what was it? What happened that changed everything? Leona?
Cro-Magnon or Homo sapiens evolved into Homo sapiens sapiens. Is that what you said?
That is a really, okay, yes, we are, but we are them. So what happened 10,000 years ago? Why did all of a sudden, and we're not actually Homo sapiens. We're something else. Very close to that. Do you know what Homo sapien means, anybody? Lydia, do you know?
Oh, no, I forgot to put my hand down.
Isla?
I have an idea based off so homo usually means same or two of the same, and I don't know what sapien means.
Okay, that's good. In this case, it means something slightly different. So it means wise man. So the Homo sapiens were wise men or women. Now we renamed ourselves. We renamed ourselves Homo sapiens sapiens. So we are the wise men and women. Why? What happened 10,000 years ago that changed everything? Where we actually thought we were smarter than our ancestors. We had to rename ourselves because we were so smart. Something huge happened. It changed human history.
Did something happen to them?
Say it again?
Did something happen to them?
Did
something happen to them?
Yeah, we invented something. Something so...
We invented something that made us better than them.
Yes, we think.
We
think.
Wheel?
Nope, but that's a really good guess. Not the wheel. That did change everything too. Something bigger, in my opinion. Jack?
The pulley?
Good guess. Let's try one more. It's something profound. It changed everything. Mandy?
The car?
That's a good guess too. Now, the correct answer is we learned to read and write. We created symbols to represent meaning, okay? Huge. So when we did that, we decided to rename ourselves, even though we were literally the same human beings. We decided to call ourselves the wise men, which makes me laugh because that's so us to think we're better than everybody before us because now we can read and write, when in fact, they're the ones who invented it, right? Okay, we are still
They're the ones who got us here.
Right, they are the ones who got us here. Regardless, we are the wise men. So that is why it says only until 10,000 years ago, because around 10,000 years ago, we invented the very first symbols that represented something else. It was nothing like today. It was not complex writing like today. Very, very basic, but still, it was reading. It was symbols meaning something else, okay? So the difference between Homo sapien or Cro-Magnon and us is simply that we have the ability to read and to write, okay? That's it. Otherwise, we're the same. Okay, guys, so that's the big thing, and 35,000 years ago is wrong. That's not when we came to be. So I will get that. I cannot remember the exact date, but that's definitely wrong. But feel free to use any .edu site to fill in that information. You actually don't have to use the article that I gave you. Let me screen share one more time just to show you. The only thing that I'm going to be worried about for you is that you have this information filled out. Okay, so for example, it says multiple facts about shelter. List the types of shelter they used, including a description of how it was made, when it was used. So you can just fill this out right here with do not use complete sentences. But the very big thing that you need to know, guys, if you are going to write down any information here that you did not get from the article above, please copy and paste the web address. It's super easy. So just pretend this is the web address. Let's say that you wrote caves, because they did live in caves. You guys already knew that. Caves. Well, you cannot just say caves if you didn't get it from the article. Copy this address that you got it from and paste it right here. That's it. Okay? Or if you want to be fancy, which I actually like this way better, I like it a lot better. I will go like this, add a link, and then you write the link, and you can write caves. Okay? So your actual answer is the link. Fancy, fancy, see? And then when I click it, I can go, oh, I see where they got it right here. All right, any questions? We're really not going to get started too much today. Let me stop screen sharing. Anything else, guys?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
So we put in the link and we put in our reason, right?
You put in you answer the question, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it my way. You can copy and paste it straight on there. I just